After House Harkonnen destroys House Atreides, Princess Irulan, daughter of Padishah Emperor Shaddam IV, reflects in her journal on her father's betrayal of the Atreides. Meanwhile, on Arrakis, Stilgar and his Fremen warriors escort Paul Atreides and his pregnant Bene Gesserit mother, Lady Jessica Tauaye, to Kwisatz Haderach. While some Fremen suspect Paul and Jessica of being spies, others, including Stilgar, believe they may fulfill a prophecy about a mother and son from the outer world bringing prosperity to Arrakis. The Fremen accept Paul, but Stilgar tells Jessica she must take the place of the dying Reverend Mother of Kwisatz Haderach by consuming the water of life, a dangerous substance fatal to men and untrained women. Using her Bene Gesserit skills, Jessica transmutes the liquid and survives, inheriting the memories of previous Reverend Mothers. The ritual also prematurely awakens her unborn daughter, Aaliyah, giving Jessica the ability to communicate with her. Together, they decide to focus on persuading the skeptical northern Fremen about the prophecy. Chani and her friend, Shishak Lai, recognize that the prophecy was designed to manipulate the Fremen, but Chani starts to respect Paul when he vows to fight alongside the Fremen without trying to rule them. Paul and Chani fall in love as Paul becomes deeply integrated into Fremen life. He learns their language, becomes a Fedaykin warrior, masters riding the giant sandworms, and leads raids against the Harkonnen spice operations. Paul adopts the Fremen names Usul and Muad'Dib. As the raids intensify, Baron Vladimir Harkonnen replaces his brutal nephew, Rabban, with his more cunning and psychopathic nephew, Feyd-Rautha, as the ruler of Arrakis. Lady Margot Fenring, a Bene Gesserit, is tasked with assessing Feyd-Rautha as a potential Kwisatz Haderach and ensuring the survival of his genetic line. Jessica travels south to unite with Fremen zealots who most strongly believe in the prophecy. Paul, meanwhile, stays in the north, troubled by visions of a cataclysmic holy war if he presents himself as a messiah. During a raid on a smuggler's spice harvester, Paul is reunited with Gurney Halleck, who shows him the hidden atomic weapon stockpile of House Atreides. Feyd-Rautha launches a devastating assault on the northern Fremen, annihilating Kwisatz Haderach, killing Shishakli, and forcing Paul and the survivors to flee south. Upon reaching safety, Paul drinks the water of life, which sends him into a coma. Although Chani is angry, Jessica convinces her to mix her tears with the liquid, awakening Paul. Now partially clairvoyant, Paul foresees a future involving his sister Aaliyah as an adult on a water-covered Arrakis. He also identifies a single path to victory and learns that Jessica is the daughter of Baron Harkonnen. Paul rallies the southern Fremen by demonstrating his newfound ability to read their deepest thoughts and declares himself the Lisan al-Gaib. He sends a challenge to Emperor Shaddam, who arrives on Arrakis with Irulan and the Sardaukar. After rebuking the Harkonnens for their failure, Shaddam cuts off the Baron's life support. Meanwhile, the Fremen launch their offensive, deploying atomics and sandworms to crush the Sardaukar. Paul kills the Baron and captures Shaddam and his entourage. Gurney leads an attack on Arrakeen, where Rabban is intercepted and killed. Paul challenges Shaddam for the imperial throne and, much to Chani's dismay, insists on marrying Irulan. The great houses, summoned by the Baron, gather in orbit to invade Arrakis, but Paul threatens to destroy the spice fields with atomic weapons if they interfere. Feyd-Rautha volunteers to duel Paul as Shaddam's champion, but Paul kills him despite being wounded twice. Irulan agrees to marry Paul on the condition that her father remains alive. Shaddam surrenders, but the great houses reject Paul's rule. In response, Paul orders the Fremen to attack the orbiting fleet. As Stilgar leads the Fremen to seize the Sardaukar ships, Jessica and Aaliyah contemplate the beginning of Paul's holy war. Chani, refusing to submit to Paul, departs alone on a sandworm.